What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have this 2010, it's a Volkswagen Beetle, and I'm gonna show you how you can change the vacuum pump seal on this car. The first thing you have to do is remove the battery, and you're gonna remove the intake as well. So you see those parts right there, that's the intake. It's not too hard to remove, and you have to remove the battery as well. And the vacuum pump is gonna be located right here, and as you can see, it has signs of oil leaking. I don't know if you can see right there, but there's oil right there. See if I can focus. There you go. So that's oil, and the only way to remove the vacuum pump is by removing this. You have to pop it out like this, and you put it aside. Just in the worst case scenario, if you take it out, just mark it and you remove it. It's gonna be a 13 millimeter. So once I remove that, I'm gonna be able to remove the whole pump. But if I have to remove this, I will. All right, so let me see if I can set up the camera and show you what I'm gonna use to remove the pump. And once I get it out, I'll do a video too on how to replace the seal and everything. Right, so the pump's gonna be here, and I'm going to remove this with the 13 millimeter. Actually, it's gonna be a 12. There we go. And by the way, this is a very tight place, so if you have tiny hands, it's gonna be easier for you because it's really tiny to work on. Once you get that, just pull it out. Probably you're gonna use a screwdriver, that way you can pry it out. Okay, so as you can see, it's already out. So now we're gonna take out the pump, which is here. It's gonna be here, so it's gonna be this whole part. And I believe we're gonna need probably a Torx number 30 or 35. And I believe we have to remove this range switch because it's gonna obstruct right here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to remove it, and before that I'm gonna just mark it just to make sure it's gonna be in the right spot when I install it back. But when I install it back, before assembling everything, I'm just gonna make sure when I shift, it goes good and it stays on the right ranges, because we don't want any problems, and neither the customer. Right, so we're gonna need a 10 millimeter for those little bolts. So that one's out, and before I do anything, I'm just gonna mark it and make sure it's in the right spot. I have this some white marker, so I'm just gonna do a mark, a guide, so I don't get confused. There we go. Now I'm gonna remove the other remaining bolt. Right, so looks like it's out already, and I think we have to remove this one too. To remove it, we have to remove the middle one, and it has a washer on the side, which is gonna those are to lock the bolt in place, that way it doesn't move. So with a screwdriver you can put those aside and then unscrew it just like this to this. Just release the locking tabs, and once those are removed, you can spin it really like this, and there we go, it's out. Okay, so before even removing the pump, let me just show you something. If you remove the bolts and if you don't remove this cap right here, this is gonna happen. It's gonna be stuck like this and you're not gonna be able to remove it. So what you have to do is remove the little cap, the black one, before you even remove the whole pump. I removed it because I just wanted to show you what's gonna happen if you don't. So once you remove those, you remove the little cap. Okay, so let's just remove that one. You're gonna see a lot of oil leaking out, but that's normal. So once you remove the cap, this one, now the next part, it's gonna be a trick right here. So what you have to do is, before even removing the whole thing, you gotta remove the metal shaft like this. So you take it out, and now what we're gonna do is a little trick like this. We're gonna use the hole to go into this, and we're gonna wiggle it out. That way you can remove it like this. See? So if you don't do that, you're gonna have a lot of problems removing the pump, and probably it's never going to go out. So you have to remove the cap like this. As you can see, it's already out. And what leaks is the seal right here. It's pretty flat right now, so I'm gonna change this one and the one inside. But before anything, I'm just gonna clean all of it. Clean. We have the pump right here, and this is the seal we have to remove. This is what I was telling you about. If you don't remove this, so what this does is when it's inside like this, the gear's all the way on the front, and that's the reason you don't remove it that easy. So once you remove the cap, it goes like this, and then you can remove it pretty easy. So we're gonna change the seal, and this is the kit for this. Comes with the seal, the back seal and the inner seal, and I'll put the link in the description where you can get it. So we're gonna need this and this one, and probably that seal too. So this one is gonna go over here like this. It's gonna go here, and it has some guides, that way you can lock it in place like this. Come on, gotta push a little bit more hard. And let's go that is tight, that way it doesn't move when you're installing it. It doesn't go up like this, so that's pretty good. Okay, so the seal, this one goes right here. You have to remove this, so this is where the seal goes, and you just remove the little ring and install the new one, and just lubricate it a little bit, and just pop it in like this. Make sure you have to push this side clips, that way it releases. You have to push them at the same time. So just put in like this, and it needs a little bit of force. There we go. So once it clicks, it's ready to go. Alright, so now it's time to put it back to the car. So here we have the pump, and before I do anything else, I just want to check the gear inside. Make sure I'm gonna align it right, and make sure there's no dirt around it. So we're good to go. The gear must align, and before anything you just have to push it like this, and you have to install it the same way you removed it, right? So this is gonna be blind because you have to feel the gear when you install it. So yeah, going to install it back, and it's gonna be a tough one, but slowly but surely. So let me see. Wait, I don't want any oil to be leak right here. So we go like this, and then as you can see, it's already in. So we need to find the guide here, put it into the hole. Come on, just spin it. And there we go. So it's already in. I'm just gonna remove this, then just push it in a little bit like so, and then you gotta find the gear by spinning this, the middle one. So once you find it, you feel like it's already aligned, just push it in. And there we go. There you go. So it's aligned now, it's already in. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the bolts on the side first before I do anything else, so that way it doesn't move. Okay, I'm gonna put my 30 torques in there. So I'll start with the easiest one, which is this. And I'm gonna put the second one, which is gonna be over here on the downside, right here. And remember the bracket, that it goes here. Right, I'm not gonna tighten it a lot, so I'm just gonna go slowly on all the sides first. There you go. Just gonna do it slow with this, and then I'm gonna do it with my hand. So what I'm gonna do next is check with my mirror, just to make sure it's aligned properly. Make sure there's no gaps behind, because if there's any gap, it's gonna leak all the oil out, and I don't want that. So it looks like it's good, pretty much good. Okay, seems good. So all of it seems good. Looks like there's no gaps between. So next step is to put the cap on top and retighten it. Gonna install the bolts back. It's gonna be 4 bolts on this covering cap. This is gonna be a 20 torques for this kind of bolts. So I'm just gonna start from the bottom, and I'm not gonna tighten it really hard because I have to go in zigzags. Now by hand again. Make sure you don't over tighten it, because you can break the screws. There we go, that one's tight. So it's pretty much done. Now it's time to put it back, the range switch. Okay, so I already cleaned this, and now it's time to put it back to its place. Remember the mark that I did? That was for reference, because I don't want to put it in the wrong position. So I'm just gonna align it. All right. Okay, so it's already in there, and now it's time to put the, I don't know if you remember, but we have to put first this, needs to go like this, and then we're gonna put this nut on top and just retighten it by hand. Alright, okay, so it's done, and now just gotta put this on top. And now we're gonna put the washer and the 13mm, I mean 12mm nut, or 1/2 inch. Okay, good. Now we just put back this. Just clips and put the bolts back. It's already installed. As you can see, the pump is already in. So this tube is the one that causes the most obstruction. Yep. Now it's time to put everything back and start it. Okay, so everything's assembled, and now I'm just gonna put back the battery, and I'm gonna start it and see if it's gonna leak. So by the way, don't forget to connect everything. Almost forget to connect that one. Right, so now it's time to put the cover. This one goes right here. Let's cover it. Now I'm gonna put it like this. These are gonna be 10mm bolts. This. Okay, put this one over here, and this one over here, and the last one over here. So before we put that one, just gotta put this one there first. It's gonna be 10mm. That one back. There we go. Now I'm gonna put the battery. And this goes first. So it needs to go like this. You have to put it like this. Now it's time to put this one, this bracket. That one is gonna go over here. So that part is in, and before anything I'm just gonna put the negative first. There we go. Second part is this part. Like this. Right. Next is to install the battery positive. Go. Okay, like this. So next step is to put the tube right here. It's gonna be this one. Like this. Okay, so we have that one ready, and now let's put the tube back. This. I'm gonna use these pliers to install this right here. Just gonna go like this, and now I'm just gonna push it in like that. I love those pliers. So now I'll put the lower tubes. There we go. Assemble everything, and also don't forget to plug back the connector for the master flow sensor, because these cars don't even start when you don't have that plug. Yeah, there we go. And that's pretty much it. So this is pretty much it. This will be the end of the video. This is how you install the vacuum pump on this 2008 Volkswagen Beetle 2.5. I hope you liked the video. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.